Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's your boy, Lion Guy Sai. And today's Monday, which means we are diving deeply into the fundamentals. And this week is Chapter 8, focusing on good shape and bad shape. But hopefully we only take the good shape parts from it. So as you can see, there's no chat above me this time. We were trying to film this live on Twitch, stream it, but for whatever technical issues, we were unable to do so. So this is going to be our first YouTube video made with only YouTube in mind versus just crudely editing clips and stuff. Don't mind me, it will be crude. It will definitely be crude. However, you know, if you notice anything different, it's probably going to be because of that. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive right into it. Everyone admires beautiful things. Everyone regards them with a kind of longing. This applies to Go, too, where there is an aesthetic of shape. Watching a professional game, one can sense beauty in the flow of play, and beauty in the shapes created. Amateur Go does not even begin to approach this. Weaker players should not become too preoccupied with shape and the belief that beautiful shapes will make them stronger. The games of amateur shape school tend to lack the feeling of power. They imitate the surface patterns of beauty found in professional Go, but miss the content and meaning. It would be hasty to conclude that good shape is always correct. Bad shape has its own strength and character too, and at times it is better. Still, I would not advise turning a blind eye towards the aesthetics of shape. I decided this chapter had to be written to develop the reader's ability to discern good and bad shape. Diagram 1. Black 1 and 3 are the attach and extend joseki, from which white 4 is an unheard of departure, a terrible move, an idiotic blunder. Black's answer should be on the board in an instant, without hesitation. Diagram 2. Black blocks at 1, of course. There is no need for him to wonder what white may do afterwards. Given a chance like this, only a feeble-minded player would be uncertain where to play. Not this point, not here either. Perhaps I should leave the position as it is. Black's hand should be trembling with eagerness to play 1. He should be overcome with emotion. Diagram 3. Problem. White to play. If he ignores this position, black will wrap it up with A. You mean white should connect at A? That would be bad shape. Inefficient. Well then, white B? What? Incredible. That would be the acme of bad shape. If white plays B, black ataris him with C. Kindly spare me the gruesome sight. Oh, I get it. White 1, as in diagram 2. Beautiful. Beautiful? Not so fast. This diagram is only a counterfeit of diagram 2. If white plays 1, black 2, in diagram 5, takes the key point, and 4 gives black a big lead in the struggle to get ahead. He holds the initiative. Diagram 6. White 1 is the only move. Even an amateur, if he has a Dan ranking, should know it. The shape is nice, and from the standpoint of a struggle to get ahead, white 1 is an absolute. Compare this diagram with the last and mark the importance of getting ahead. This is a crucial sense where knowledge or ignorance of good shape can spell the difference between supremacy and downfall. Diagram 7. Problem. White to play. Confrontations like this are frequent enough to make this a problem with a wide range of application. Diagram 8. White's jump to 1 is the same type of move as white 1 in diagram 6, a tesuji. Weak players sometimes jump out to the left of 1 and tragicomically lose 2 stones on the spot. White 1 is the only correct move here. Diagram 9. There are those who know white 1 is correct, but feel uneasy about it. One reason is that black can push through with 2, etc., and they don't like seeing the stone they have just played captured. Let me place on record the statement that the result up to 9 is good for white. Diagram 10. The above-mentioned feeling of uneasiness is betrayed in actual play by moves like white 1. This gives white far from perfect fighting shape. Diagram 11. White 1 makes good shape, and the sequence continues on through 5. If the latter favors him, white has a better move for 3. He can stop black short at 1. The ladder appears at 14, but if white can get away with 15, black's position collapses. Diagram 13. There are exceptions, however, to every rule. If white plays 1 in this position, black has a counter Tetsuji ready for him. Black 1 to 13 are called a 1-move open ladder. Black can play it successfully provided he has the sequence read out to the end. If he does not, however, if he is just imitating or relying on warped memorization, he is risking disaster. Recall the words of Yukichi Fukuzawa. Confidence is born of strength, and strength of confidence. Diagram 15. This is not the place to quibble about good or bad shape. White 1 is bad shape, and the only move. There is no other. A professional would do his best, however, to avoid being put in white's position. Diagram 16. Ordinarily, the sequence would stop with black 16, but here white has supporting troops marked with triangles around the outside. So, he sets out boldly with 1, etc. Black makes the best replies, forcing white into bad shape, but white was prepared for this, and was determined to divide black in 2, and fight anyway. Surely, you think, no professional would do anything like this, but it occurred in a game between 2 established professionals. Professionals? You look doubtful, but when the surrounding conditions favor fighting, even this type of sequence can appear. Diagram 18. Black 2 is bad. White 13 puts black in a difficult position. Diagram 19. Problem. White to play. Should he reinforce his own group on the upper side, or should he go ahead and attack the 3 black stones floating in the center? He is wavering between these 2 options. Diagram 20. Don't waver, white. Play 1. This is good shape, the proper move. White's first job is to reinforce his own group. This 1 stone makes him safe and brings him happiness. He now has in store the pleasure of attacking black. Anyone whose gaze is not immediately drawn to a point like white 1 is treating good shape too coldly. You must become infatuated with good shape. White 1 has to spring to mind the moment you see diagram 19. If you do not feel the same tightening in your chest as when you close your eyes and picture the face of a lover, you do not love good shape enough. Diagram 21. Problem. Black to play. He would like to play A, but won't white B then cause trouble? Diagram 22. In that case, how about the Hane at 1? Not good enough. White defends at 2. Well then, black 1 at A. White attaches at 2. Next, black B, white C, black D, white E, but this is not good for black. Diagram 23. Aha! Black should reinforce himself with 1. Be prepared, as the saying goes. Yes, but black doesn't understand it a bit. White takes the words out of his mouth as he plays 2. These are incredible answers. What is black so scared of, I'd like to ask? Diagram 24. What else is there but to strike at 1? White makes his troublesome reply at 2, but black refuses to be troubled by it. He has 3 and 5 all read out. White never has a chance to counterattack. He must at some point go back to connect at 8, to keep black from cutting. His shape is almost too terrible to bear looking at. Black's attack has acquired unstoppable momentum. All this depends on his hitting the right point at 1. Diagram 25. Here are 1 or 2 variations. If white just connects with 2, he precipitates an immediate crisis. Black attacks relentlessly with 3 and 5. White cannot counterattack with 2 at A, for black wedges in at B and white is stuck for a reply. Here we have the golden rule that the enemy's key point is your own. Black should play 1 without hesitation. Anyone who has trouble seeing this kind of key point should practice black and white 1 over and over. Diagram 26. The reward of repetitive practice with such key points is to be able to find vulnerable points in formations like these, in which one would not know otherwise where to begin. Upper right. It would be a pity for white to Hane at A in the endgame. He has a sharper move. Black need not die, but his 10-point plus territory will be rocked to its foundations, and if he answers incorrectly, he can get into surprising trouble. What is White's endgame Tesuji? Upper left. Even those who have heard of a bulky 5 have not heard of a bulky 7, but here it is, and White can kill it. Lower left. This black group hardly looks as if it can die, but it can. White to play and kill it. Diagram 27, the upper right. If White strikes at the key point with 1, he can penetrate deeply and finish with Sente, while Black barely manages to make 2 eyes in what had seemed like a large territory. Diagram 28, temper flaring, Black determines to resist with 2, but he is not going to get away free. White makes the diagonal move at 3, and with 15, he has a 2-step ko. For White, this ko is a picnic. If he loses it, he is roughly back where he started, while for Black, the matter is grave. Diagram 29, upper left. White 1 strikes at the center of Black's shape, and Black is already dead. If he plays 2 at 3, he cannot do anything after White A. If White played 1 at 3, then Black 1, White 2, Black A would mean a ko, and a White failure. Diagram 30, lower left. 3 is the point White is aiming for, and through 15, Black dies. If you read up to White 5, you have the answer. The rest is just shown to be on the safe side. What requires caution is the diagonal move at 5. If White plays the Hani at 12, then after 6 to 11, reduce Black to 1 eye, he can live by blocking at 5. These 3 problems are one that a person with good eye for shape could solve at a glance. Diagram 31. If it is Black's turn, then taking the endgame considerations into account, the moves shown are his best. Diagram 32. Application problem. Black to play. His whole force is on the verge of collapse. What one next move will save him? Without the lesson so far, middle level and weaker players would probably be stumped by having this problem suddenly thrust upon them. Difficult as it is, our study of good and bad shape gives the answer immediately. This is no small attainment, but one which every reader must by now have reached. Diagram 33. Black 1. The answer is easy too. Who's that? You say you thought it would just be Black A? How could you bring up such a non-Tesuji? I guarantee that the rest of you, who saw Black 1 immediately, will be admired for your good form. Besides that, doesn't Black 1 look elegant? Not at all amateurish? If it is White's turn, then of course he will play 1 himself, capturing Black in good shape. Diagram 34. Black to play. This is a sequence that turns up repeatedly in handicap Go. Anyone can get this far. What they cannot get is the continuation. I dare say that bright readers have already guessed what move I want to see played, but don't forget that Black has the cutting point at A, and there is something unsettling about White B too. There may be those who cannot bring themselves to make the next move, even though they know what it should be. Diagram 35. Connecting with Black 1 is cowardly. White mends his shape with 2. Black has let him off easily. Summoning his courage, Black crunches head-on into White at 1. White springs sideways to 2 and has good shape again. Stop fooling around, Black. Diagram 37. Black 1, the key point, is the way to put pressure on White. White 2 only links up, it does no work. It has no effect on Black, it is bad shape. This is the infamous empty triangle. Diagram 38. If White plays 1, Black raises no fuss about connecting it 2. White has to play 3 to keep from being cut, and Black attacks in good formation with 4. His good shape and White's bad shape make quite a contrast. Diagrams 39 and 40 are kind of association test. Does the sight of the former already suggest giving white bad shape with black 1 in the latter? Diagram 41. Black has attached at 1 and extended at 3. Where should white play his next stone? Diagram 42. White 1, from analogy with the Joseki, is incorrect. Black plays 2, and if white pushes through with 3, etc., black gathers in an enormous profit. Amateurs, with white, do this kind of thing frequently. Diagram 43. This is correct. Black realizes that 2 makes bad shape, but he cannot help it. If he omits it, he will be cut. White is settled with good shape, black is adrift with bad. What this should suggest is white 1, with the triangle stones added. Diagram 45. Here, black 1 is not an empty triangle. It makes good, thick shape. Make sure you understand the difference clearly. Diagram 46. White's crosscut at 1 and 3 is the bane of the weaker player. Black 4 follows the saying to extend from a crosscut, but white rashly picks a fight with 5 and 7. Diagram 47. Never one to shrink from a challenge, black flails out right and left with 1 to 5. Napoleon and I have erased the word sacrifice from our dictionaries, he proclaims as he slaps down black 7. This is the wrong time to invoke Napoleon. White 8 takes black by surprise and leaves him defenseless. Diagram 48. Black 1 to 7 are a beautiful sacrifice maneuver, one worth learning. Black 7 is their crowning glory, a ravishing beauty of a move. Diagram 49. After white 1 and black 2, the Joseki has white extending to A, but we cannot rule out cases where he omits 3. Black 4 is then a strong pincer attack. Diagram 50. One of white's replies is the diagonal contact play at 1. Where should black play next? Diagram 51. Black 1 is correct. How can such bad shape be correct? If black takes the offensive jab with 1, white will quickly reach good shape with 2 and 4. Black 1 in the previous diagram, a bad shape good move, was played solely to deny him this. And there you have it. Wow, I was going to say, and there you have it, chat, but there is no chat here. It's just me and you and y'all. But yeah, this was my first time recording it without my beloved Twitch chat. And, you know, hopefully it was palatable. But with that, in such a short fashion, we come to the end of chapter 18. Chapter 8, rather. So yeah, I would say catch us live at twitch.tv/lyingguysci. Yeah, you know what? Catch us live. If you like what you see, please like this video and subscribe and click the bell to get notifications. And catch us live at twitch.tv/lyingguysci. And next week's chapter will be on proper and improper moves, and I can't wait to see you all there. See you later, YouTube.